How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a good day. I've been talking with several people lately about the way things are in the world. And there seems to be this general consensus that even though the external world, the social world, seems pretty chaotic right now, there's this feeling that the ground that we're standing on spiritually, even emotionally, is pretty solid. It's as if we're being asked to bear more weight, so we're given a solid foundation to stand on while we do it. I started my own path of spiritual recovery probably back around 2005. And at that time, I was lucky enough to find a circle that I could fall into. And like myself, a lot of the people in that circle and in other connected groups were in some form of recovery. I won't speak to which because I'd prefer to protect their anonymity. But I got to work with a lot of really good people who were not afraid to share their own stories. And from them, I really found good examples of what would happen if I threw myself into my own work above everything else. Took a while for me to find my footing to do that. As a teacher that I have now loves to say to me every once in a while, I love keeping you around, man. I love working with you because you remind me of what an asshole I was when I first started out. We laugh. And he said, I could never understand why my elders kept me around. And it was because they saw something in me that I didn't. And I'm very grateful to have found people like that. People who loved me in spite of my ways at the time. And as the years have progressed, I've watched myself get a little older. I've watched us all get a little older. And the people that I knew as my elders then were my age now, or perhaps even a little younger. Some of them have passed on. Some of them have drifted out of the circle. And some have stepped back a bit. They continue to work. But now they're looking to us to carry on the next generation. I was talking with a friend of mine this past weekend. We went out for breakfast. And we were discussing tradition and how people can either be so locked into the form of a tradition that they lose the spirit, or they can be so completely open to the spirit of the tradition that the form begins to deteriorate. And we were talking about how we walk that line and how we know that we're being true to it, how we're not just trying to impose our own wishes upon the appearance or the continued existence of a thing. In other words, if a tradition is to be maintained, can we find within us, as those who are being asked to carry that tradition, the courage, the strength, and the clarity to do that in a way tradition demands and not just in our own heads? And on the other hand, if it's our job to be the ones who stand with dignity and allow this tradition to slip its form and to fade, can we allow that without feeling the need to hang on simply because of our love of it. Simply because we're coming from a place of selfish refusal to let this thing go when it's its time. It's a really deep question. One of the things that's been most rewarding, though, is to have changed so much within the confines of my own recovery. To feel a solidity begin to take place, to take root. To find young people, either physically or spiritually, emotionally young, new on these paths, come and ask for guidance. And when that happens, it falls on me and others who are in that position to open ourselves up, to really sit quietly and listen to those in front of us, to the spirit of the traditions that we're being asked to carry, and to allow that to speak through us, to speak as us, so that when those in front of us step onto the path, they're able to do so with as much clarity as they can find. They're going to go their own way. That's true. They're going to find their own way along the path. But if we can give them that little bit of guidance, if we can point them in the right direction, maybe not even the direction we wished they would go in, but the direction that the path demands, at least we know that when they set out, they have a better chance of getting to where they're going. Till next time.